All right, welcome back. It's a Woman Wednesday edition of Liquid Lunch, but we got a full house full of men here, including one special guest joined by my buddy Frank Morano, still the managing editor emeritus of Liquid Lunch and any other assigns or affiliates like Stop the Steal TV. And Frank is the host of The Other Side of Midnight on WABC Radio, heard here in New York City from 1 to 5 a.m. Monday to Friday. I'll be on there tonight with him at 2 a.m.
You coming in studio?
I'm going to pass on the studio. But I'll be facing off, or at least dueling with my friend John McDonough, a military veteran, New York City cab driver, artist, radio host, all that other good stuff. But Frank, we have... the other night you invited me over to New Casa Murano.
Yeah, it was great to have you
over. I was so happy to come by. And... I found out...
We got that blockbuster Rich Hoffman prediction about Illinois in 2028.
Yeah. And
big.
I found out categorically that Frank's view is that after all of the political chicanery he's been involved in life, after all the ways we have tried to figure out ways to affect elections, Frank told me in no uncertain terms that I'm not seeing things clearly, and Trump is lost, and it's over.
Well, I didn't say you're not seeing things clearly. I said that Trump has lost and the election is over. That is true.
And
yes.
Being that I'm saying I don't think it's over.
Look, I hope you're right.
I must be seeing things, seeing things clearly.
No, I hope I'm the one that's not seeing things clearly. I mean, there's nothing I would like more than a second Trump term. But unfortunately, in order for a second Trump term to happen, it's not as if you need to overturn one state and 535 votes. You need to overturn 4 states and tens of thousands of votes.
One of our viewers is asking a really good question. Vincenzo from Staten Island.
Yes, Vincenzo, great guy.
Is asking if you are now opposed to same-day registration.
No, I'm not opposed.
You're not opposed.
No, I've always been for it.
Same-day registration.
Always been for it and continue to be for it. Yeah, and the states that they have it, Minnesota, New Hampshire, it's worked out very well out there. Now, as long as there's proper, protocols in terms of verifying the identification of the people that are registering, something like a driver's license or a passport.
When you say you think that it's over, and then you bring up
this election,
and then you bring up things like verifying by an ID or a passport or something like that. When you hear that in the state of Nevada, they used an optical scanner to verify and compare signatures, and they set it at a 40% comparison. So it should be set like 70, 80% that the two signatures are alike. They set it at 40. Doesn't that shed a little shade on the situation when the signatures probably didn't match?
Well, I'm not saying there was no voter fraud here. I think there may have been voter fraud. I don't think there was enough voter fraud, and I certainly don't think there's enough evidence of voter fraud to make the difference in terms of the number of votes Joe Biden got as compared to the number of votes Donald Trump got. I mean, if we were talking 535 votes here, then I'd be, I'd be
what do you say to, I have a great relationship with Patrick Byrne, and he's no stranger to throwing millions of dollars at crazy ideas. He's actually bought a company from me, believe it or not, but he's pledged to spend $1 million on hiring hackers and database scientists and stuff to get to the bottom of it. He says he has irrefutable evidence that votes were changed in 4 key cities in 4 key states.
Well, I hope he's right. I'm all for that.
Okay.
God bless him. Go for it.
As we celebrate the eve of Thanksgiving, we have a lot to be thankful for. Here's a tweet. Patrick Byrne, PhD, founder of Overstock, says, based on what he's seen forensically, he's 100% confident the election was rigged.
Wow.
States that he had evidence for 15 to 16 days. I could get in front of a judge, bring a couple of hackers to explain things. There's no honest judge in America who wouldn't get it. We have a bunch of retired law enforcement, military, and former intelligence. We even have retired judges advising. So that sounds like he's on to something there.
I hope he's able to do something here. It's just, I don't see the Supreme Court getting involved unless the number of votes that are contested will make the difference one way or another. And Patrick Byrne, unfortunately, was too crazy for his own shareholders and his own board of directors, and they threw him out at Overstock.
Well, I don't know if they threw him out. I think he voluntarily stepped down. But okay.
You say he voluntarily. They say they threw him out.
In my view.
When you start talking about the Men in Black, it goes right into kind of crazy territory.
It goes into their narrative. But just to maybe, chisel away at your certainty that it's over, Newsmax, the fastest growing cable network in America, did a poll. Okay? And this is a scientific poll, not a Magic 8-Ball poll like one of my polls.
Okay.
And their poll generated these results. Should President Trump concede to Biden? Poll results 98. Should President Trump polls? What? I can't.
So 98% say no, and 1.1% say yes. Well, that's it. I'm convinced. Donald Trump must have won the election.
Well, he's citing a Newsmax poll. It's scientific.
That's it.
Over 190,000 people were polled for it.
I can't believe I was questioning this walking into
98% of the people. I mean,
I'm excited now. I'm booking my seat to the next inauguration.
You're no stranger to being in the minority, but right now you are in the slimmest of minorities. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think the president should concede right now?
I don't know what concessions actually mean.
But I'm saying, do you think that at this point he should formally concede?
If he's going to continue contesting the election in the courts, which I have no issue with him doing, then no, I don't have an issue with him not conceding, as long as he allows the transition to go forward, which he is. He's given permission to the GSA to go forward with Joe Biden getting briefings. So no, I don't think concession is a big deal.
Yeah, I don't either. But and I don't know if you heard, but you're usually way better at fact checking than I am. I like to go outside the lines a little bit and exaggerate. But
you're kidding.
I was talking to Karen Turk earlier, and I've been railing about this. They created this new title, Office of the President-Elect. Mm-hmm. Does that office exist?
No, it's not it's not an office. It's a term. It's a term that you have between November and January. So no, it's not an office.
So but it's not a term. Office of the President-Elect is a fictional place. It's like Candyland.
Well,
there is no office of the President-Elect.
Yeah, that's fair.
You are the projected, presumed President-elect. There's no office. What? You don't go to the Naval Observatory to the President-elect's office.
I completely agree with that.
So, is there some, in your view, and I know we're both not big fans of the left-wing media, manipulating things. In your view, are they trying to condition people's minds to feel like you're feeling like, oh man, it's over already? He should just concede by telling him he's already in office, basically.
No, I think I think there's some truth to that, and I do think there's an irony in all the people that were saying count every vote, who, when Donald Trump wanted to count every vote and go through all the processes, they were all saying, oh, no, wait a minute, no, the election's over. Forget about counting every vote. So I'm all for counting every vote. I'm all for going through, making sure everything was done legitimately. It's just, in terms of a projected winner and hanging on to what we wish the outcome were, the unfortunate result is there are way too many votes for Donald Trump to catch up here. I mean, if there was anything that he could potentially make up enough ground in to be the winner of the election, I'd be all for it. It's just
okay. So let me ask you this, because many people are out there prognosticating, well, the Supreme Court's not going to get involved in 5 different states and 4 different states and all this other stuff. So let's take them one at a time. Do you agree? I know you're a traditionalist when it comes to states' rights and legislatures and laws and everything like that. Do you agree that the executives, the governor and the Secretary of State of Pennsylvania, overstepped their reach and made a law that the legislature of Pennsylvania did not approve?
The courts did, yes.
I'm saying the courts made a
100%,
law, right?
Yeah.
So that's Is that a good constitutional argument in your view?
Yes, but that argument is about the ballots that arrived after Election Day, and unfortunately, Biden's margin of victory was even greater than the ballots that arrived after Election Day. If that was the only constitutional issue, I would say we have a good shot.
But that's not it, Frankie, because they're also talking about how that same order allowed unsigned ballots to be counted, allowed unstamped ballots to be counted, and all of these things were counted in there as well. It's not just the late ones, even the ones that got in on time without stamps or signatures or anything, they were counted.
So let's not count Pennsylvania, and then Biden still wins.
Okay. I'm saying, but could you see a way if it was a one-off that he has a good constitutional argument in Pennsylvania?
No, because the Supreme Court wouldn't take the case.
He won't give it to me.
No, I want to. Trust me. I'm trying to find an argument here, but there's none.
All right.
If Rudy Giuliani can't find an argument, I can't find an argument.
Rudy Giuliani needs to find a little better hair gel there because I use all kinds of stuff on this dude, and I never get stuck in that situation.
My goodness.
You have to go? I know you got to go.
No, I'm hanging.
Oh, you want to hang out? Okay. Kevin Freeman's going to join us right after this.